those are the ones because they have Nightwing in there. So.
One of my friends is there, and they've got a lot of the awesome Bombshell stuff up too right now. Like, and it looks so good. Like he got a Bombshell Harley, and it's like on a glass, and it looks sweet. And they've got a really they've got a really good Wonder Woman one too.
There was actually.
Now's the time to get Wonder Woman stuff too. They've got a lot of good stuff out.
Talking earlier about panels, and I secretly love panels.
Yes,
because they're fun. I love doing them. I love going to see them. William Shatner, obviously, he's there.
Yeah,
his panel is an adventure.
It usually is.
Don't ask him a question. Unless you plan on going on a journey. Nowhere near your answer. Well, you're going to go on a very fun journey with Mr. Shatner.
I think part of the panel was him reading Kirk's autobiography,
which is cool.
Which must have been very cool.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have been there when Hamill read the eulogy as Joker. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry. It has nothing to do with this year's San Diego Comic Con. I apologize. I'm just. I would have liked to have been there.
We were talking earlier about panels, and I know I limited everybody in the last one to just one, but I know you guys got a lot more. Brandon, additional panels?
I would have gone to see the Warcraft movie panel where they released the trailer for that. Legendary Films has an awesome setup there. I was looking at the pictures of it, and I'm excited for the Warcraft movie. I mean, I've always been a big World of Warcraft fan and all that kind of stuff. So
where is my BioShock movie?
There's a company.
It looks good too. Like the stuff looks good.
I remember the first
BioShock.
Warcraft.
Which one?
Which had nothing to do with World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Never two.
But it was addictive. It was fun. And then if you got online, if you had the internet. Because this came out like if you had the internet you had a good job.
Way back then, the internet was still a commodity.
It was still dial up.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And you could use the phone while you were on the internet. Yes.
I'm totally on the internet.
I know.
You've got mail.
You know how long it took me to open the door of the mansion in SimCity?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I like the special ones that they did for AOL when they had the celebrity voices.
Yes. Yeah.
You got mail.
So what panels are you going to, Chris?
Man, one of the panels that I would love to go to is the Once Upon a Time panel. And I love the show. The show's awesome.
The show has had an amazing run for something that was only supposed to go on one.
Oh, absolutely.
It's beautiful.
I would honestly go see it because
just like
Eddie Kitsis and Adam Horowitz from Lost are the executive producers of this show, and just to pick their brains and listen to what they have to say would be like the coolest thing ever.
Chris and I were talking about this because he's like, I'm going to go because the writers and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to go because Colin O'Donoghue's there, and he's very attractive, and also because I like the show.
You're like, so we got any questions from the audience? Yeah. So about Lost. I mean, and
You're that
Once Upon a
person.
Time. Yeah, so you went from Once Upon a Time to Lost? No, it was the reverse. Okay, so you want to talk about Lost. Good. So I'm about Lost, and I'm not going to sit down until you answer it, so we might as well just get it out.
He's that person.
What happened to the dog? That's all I want to do. What happened to the dog? Why couldn't the dog be in charge? Why?
So after you take your alcohol from Keith and go to your panel.
Yeah, I'm going to go hang out Dark Horse and Nickelodeon for Avatar and Korra.
Yeah!
Because Dark Horse is doing the entire set of Book 4 for Balance for Korra. And I just want to hear them talk. They can read me the back of a box of cereal. As long as there's like a wheat soy Avatar. I'm cool with that.
Okay, we'll get right on
Earth,
that.
fire.
I wish I was an airbender.
Earth, fire, marshmallow.
Glucose.
Most people are airbenders after all the beans they eat.
Brittany and I are going to the same panel.
Yep.
That's where we're going. We're gonna go.
Lord.
We're gonna go to the Return of Invader Zim.
Right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the
Zim.
TV one?
Yeah.
No, it was,
It's comic book. It came out this week.
Yeah.
Because, Vasquez is never going back to Nickelodeon. You will never see another TV show ever.
It's so
But-
good, though. It's like my favorite ever is when he's like, Zim. What? Zim.
I love my friends.
It's so good. We just got the comics today.
We did too.
The Variant Comic Cake. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the reason why you're with them.
Right, yeah. This guy. This guy right here.
Mr. Decker.
Yeah. I want to go to the Shatner panel and ask stupid questions.
You won't get any answers. Not
But
to
you'll-
anything.
but
You
you'll
can ask a
enjoy the
serious
journey.
question.
What would
Yeah.
your question be? Like,
You could ask a
could
serious
them-
I don't
question.
know. So I would like to go to
Nope.
the Shatner panel and try to find something just off the wall to ask him, because I got to do that with Bruce Campbell one time, and that's a story for a later time. But it's a great story.
Does it end with drinking?
No, but it ends with his wife giving him the stink eye.
So here's my funny experience with Shatner. He was in Tulsa, and I took my son. And at no point in time, because my son is a nerd.
Yeah.
He's actually our gaming expert. And he at no point in time did I realize that my son had no idea who William Shatner was.
Oh, bad dad.
That is
Bad
sacrilege.
It's worse. It's
Bad
worse
dad.
than that. When he sees him, he goes, "Oh, Denny Crane."
Who?
What? And I said, "Is that all you know him from?" And he says, "Yeah." And I'm like,
I'm just gonna cry right now.
He's a negotiator.
so he's standing in line.
My
Fun
son,
negotiate.
He's standing in line waiting to ask Denny Crane a question, and like 15 people in front of him in 6 different places in the auditorium. They're all waiting to ask Captain Kirk a question.
It'd be like a guy coming up going, "Woo, TJ Hooker!"
Dude.
To see everybody in their Starfleet uniforms, and there's just that one guy.
Yeah, it's just like you don't think that these Starfleet uniforms mean anything.
No.
I mean, I feel like everybody's dressed like
Actually,
this.
and somebody right before him asked him how Captain Kirk and Denny Crane would get along, and his answer was just like, "What?" and
They
I was
wouldn't.
and the lady was still standing there
Suddenly.
like, "Are you going to answer?" And he was like, "That is your answer." I'm like, "You the man. You the man."
That's what I
The
would have
panel, one of
been
the panels I would love to go to is just hang out with Nathan Fillion and do
I love
anything
that guy.
he
Yes.
would do. If it be a panel,
He'll be at Tulsa.
I know.
So perfect.
Because
And he's like a huge fanboy too. Like he loves a couple years ago, it might have been last year at San Diego. He saw Game of Thrones. Who's writing Game of Thrones?
George R. R.
Thank you. Martin was there, and he went up to him and grabbed him and shook him and was like, "Why are you here? You need to be writing your next book." And he was like, "What?" And Nathan was like, "You need to be writing your next book. I really think you should go home, and I think you should start writing because I need the other book."
Yes.
And he was just like, okay."
he is a super fanboy. He is whenever Walking Dead
love
comes
him.
on.
I do too.
He tweets
He's
and
great.
posts
He's
on Twitter.
amazing.
And you can't be on Twitter and watch Walking Dead.
No, you can't.
Because,
You can check it on the commercials.
Well, no, because if he's on the East Coast,
He'll tell you what's going
he'll
on.
tell you what's going on before the show comes on.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I check his last one when it goes off on the East Coast to see how unhappy he is, just to prepare myself. And because he'll tell, I'm pissed, and I'm like, oh.
Hey Keith, do you know what he was on? He was on Buffy.
He was.
He was also on Lost.
Season 7.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, and he did a fantastic job. Just FYI.
He was lovely, and he got split in half
Civilian.
from the balls up. It was
He
great.
got married to
Was
Kate.
that?
He's the voice of Green Lantern in a couple of the animated.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is. He's actually he's the fact that he's a geek boy as well.
And
Just
Firefly.
Like, now, just to flip over to a non-geek boy that everybody's going to chime in on, who's having an amazing run right now. Although I'm not happy with him in his last character, John Barrowman.
I thought he was going to say John Barrowman, but I was like, how can you not be happy with John Barrowman?
The last episode of Arrow.
Ah,
I wasn't-
No,
Some people haven't seen it.
I'm not a fan of what he did.
Spoilers!
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. I
He's
would
great
love-
in that show, though.
Yes,
he's
The
fantastic.
heck with that, he will be great on our show.
He's so
Yes.
good.
He's great
He would
everywhere.
take over our show.
Yes, he would.
That would be the
What,
best
did you
show
have a
we've
problem
ever
with
done,
that?
What did you say, Michael?
I think his show pays better.
Yeah.
True story.
Probably.
I wouldn't say
We
anything.
we have pizza.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
He's so good as Merlin, though. I don't understand. Just everything that comes out of his mouth. He's so snarky.
Yeah.
He's fabulous.
John Barrowman, if you ever find yourself in Springfield, Missouri, we'll buy pizza.
We'll buy you pizza.
Yeah, we'll make pizza. There you go.
Hang out at my house.
And we'll tell you how fabulous you are.
Yes.
John, I would give you
Get
Alexis and Brandon.
I don't
I-
think he'd want both of us.
I was giving.
I want him.
I want him too, but I think Brandon's more his type.
And you can hang out at my house.
Sorry,
Safely.
Yeah, safely.
Safely.
Folks, if you haven't noticed, you're listening to the craziness that is the Fanatics and the Fan. You know, coming up, I know we've been talking about Comic-Con, but I want to step back and talk about another con called Library Con.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be July 24th and 25th at the Library Center. Everyone should come out. Fanatics and the Fan are going to be there. Drifter's going to be there. There's going to be authors. The Comic Cave is coming. It's going to be a really fun time. It's very family friendly. Earlier in a segment, somebody was saying it's a good way to get like your kids like into this stuff if they would like to. I mean, it's going to be very kid friendly.
There's a panel on that.
Yeah,
at Comic-Con.
Yes, there
called,
is.
Fandoms The Next Generation,
Yes.
which is about parents who kind of drag their kids into
to
the
it,
fandom
yeah.
and now they're nerds.
How do parents get the blame for it? It ain't our fault, is it?
Because we make them watch the TV shows.
What do you mean?
But we can be proud of that, right?
When you show your child Doctor Who every night, they're going to get it.
Yeah, because when they walk around, you're like, I did that.
That was me.
Look,
I did that.
all I know is
I don't really
I've
recognize
prepared my kids for college. They have already seen Animal House and the Blues Brothers.
Yes.
They are prepared.
They're ready to go.
They are ready.
This is exactly how college is. You're welcome.
Yep.
You're welcome.
What am I?
With the exception that sometimes your professors just won't show up.
Yeah.
This particular show is not just about San Diego Comic Con. It's also our 1 year. A lot's happened this year.
Yeah.
We did a charity calendar this year that I was very proud to be a part of.
We're doing another one, aren't we?
We're going to do another one. One of the people two of the people that were actually in the calendar are here today.
Yes.
I liked that one of the best pictures in the calendar was a mistake and done completely on accident.
Your selfie ended up in there again?
No. Actually, and what I think is funny is the best picture he's ever taken, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Tony was in it from Resident Evil.
Yep.
Correct.
He has no bad side.
Oh my God.
No, that's pretty.
I'm going to show you what I have.
But
Okay.
the reason I brought that up is these conventions are all about these costumes, and so to our cosplayers that are here, what costume would you like to see? Like if you're at San Diego Comic Con and you know it's going to be the best costume.
Now, are we talking unlimited funds or?
No, whose costume do you want? You know, for example, I know that if I went to Comic Con, I'm going to want to see what they would do with, like, say, Moon Knight. Who's got Moon Knight? Because that's going to be, they're going to spend a lot of money on it. Mr. Decker, what would you like to see at the Comic Con level, San Diego Comic Con level?
You mean just as a costumer going in there, like what somebody's going to bring to show off at the costume contest?
Because, you know, San Diego Comic Con level is different than, you know.
Yeah, I would like to see somebody to be able to walk in there with a wearable Hulkbuster.
Oh, man.
That would be so
That'd be
cool.
pretty awesome.
I mean, because that's like almost technologically unfeasible, but it could be done.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like
Yeah.
unlimited time and funds, then yeah, that's what I would like to see.
And you know what? Check tomorrow. I guarantee you somebody did it. This is the world we live in.
I want to see a good one.
Well, yeah, that's different.
Well, and there's a lot of that apocalypse thing we were talking about. It was an effects school student that did it. So I mean, a lot of people are starting to use like the conventions for
Displaying what
displaying what they're capable of doing to like try to get funds for like films and stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's like becoming a bigger avenue than just like getting to dress up as like your favorite character. Like it's helping people with stuff too.
Yeah.
Tony?
Yeah. I am all about those people who come dressed up like as a transformer, like as a car, or they come as Howl's Moving Castle. Like they actually come as the castle.
That was a cool
Yeah, wasn't that
costume.
pretty
I saw
amazing?
that. That's awesome.
So I if I was there, I would want to see
Because it's next level stuff at San Diego.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd want to see some old school action, like a legit person is like Herbie the Love Bug or some crap. Like
Yes.
That would be really cool.
Seriously,
That would be awesome.
Yeah, like just something that people don't do anymore,
Or
or like another Harley Quinn.
all the Harley Quinn.
It almost sounded like you said like Harlequin, like instead. Like,
Yeah.
It's like like a Harlequin. That'd be pretty sweet.
I like obscure characters too, like that. When 2-3 years ago, when we went up to Wizard World and Stan Lee was there in St. Louis, my daughter wanted to have a costume, my youngest, to go and see him in, and we tried to think of something just really unique. We wanted something just off the wall, and there was an old 60s parody character that Marvel ran called Forbush Man. And Forbush Man was like the little